Well, I'll give you my side of the story. This is my side of the story. So I met John and Angela on a cruise ship. We did several cruises together back when I was performing a lot on ships. Yeah. And so John's been a follower of mine. We've talked a lot on Facebook, and he just noticed the way my career was going. And I was moving away from entertainment and more into motivational speaking and, trying to help other people. And so John messaged me one night and suggested that we talk to each other. So that's the introduction. But what's amazing to me is that, and I say this all the time, in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, when everybody is going through, the worst times of life, this was the time that everything changed for the better for me, because it forced me to stop. And without that time, I would have never been able to invest the time, in getting to know each other or learning, and it never would have happened. So, man, learning to surrender to the universe, it's such a strong lesson, but wow, it really paid off in this instance, because we've just done so much good so far, and I can just see where this is going. So, thanks, John, for that. I'm sure you're watching. We love you. We appreciate you. And thanks for your continued support.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing, Brent. I love what you shared there in regard to, surrender. Because for me, it was the same kind of deal. The world had been turned upside down, and all the plans that I had laid out, they clearly weren't going to happen. So it's like, okay. And then we just respond to life. And gosh, look at the opportunities that have come in that time and the growth that's occurred. And it's just been amazing. So once again, another beautiful lesson, just surrender, let go of the agenda and let life work with you. It's amazing.
There's got to be a word, don't you think, that's better than surrender? Because the problem with that is, unless you do the time to read the book or to listen to Michael Singer and understand it, immediately when you hear surrender, you think it means waving the white flag. And a lot of people don't take it any farther to learn what it really means. There's got to be something else to call it besides surrender, because it's not surrendering. It's just taking your opinion out of it, is all it is. It's not laying down and letting life roll over you. It's just embracing whatever life gives to you, instead of saying, I want this, and since you're giving me this, I'm not. You're doing that thing like Michael says, where you pit yourself against the universe, which I love that, because it's really what it is. It has to be this way for me to be happy. Things have to not be this way for me to be happy. And I'm juggling all these balls, trying to make the world conform to me instead of the other way around, which, if you think about it, is insanity. If one person thinks the world, should conform to them instead of the other way around. And man, I did. I thought everything revolved around me. And, learning that it didn't was a big letdown at first. But then the curtain was pulled away, and I realized, wow, there is a hell of a lot more here in life than I ever thought. This is, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, and Brent, you're saying that two things. One is I'm smiling because when my son was in his mid-teens, I bought him a T-shirt that said, yes, actually, the universe does revolve around me. And so many people live life that way. I burst out laughing when I saw it. I was like, oh, my God, I so have to get this. That's one thing. So, yeah, if we can let go of that place of having to think that the world has to work around us and we start to work around the world, it's way, way healthier. There's a lot more grace and ease in that place. And secondly, what you're saying about there's got to be a better word than surrender, rather than you and I trying to think of it, let's put it out there. Guys, anybody who's listening, we would love to hear your thoughts. What word or words would you use rather than surrender? Not that there's anything wrong with the word surrender at all. I personally love it and I use it a lot. But so we can get this message out to the masses and an understanding where they don't think it's like, oh, just go and sit on a tattered rug on a mountaintop. That's not what it's about, my friends. And you know that. If you're watching this, you would know that. So what suggestions do you have, guys, that we could use? What terms or words? We'd love to hear from you.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Send us a message or leave it down below in the comments.